In this video, I'll be sharing 5 fun and engaging activities for preschool summer camp in your school, and it will help you create an unforgettable summer camp experience. And stick around to the end where I will give you a list of 10 more camp ideas that will provide a diverse range of experiences for your preschoolers. Stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Miss Celeste, and on this channel I provide classroom management tips and strategies to help new preschool teachers have a successful school year. And as I stated at the top of this video, I will be sharing 5 summer camp activity ideas. But of course, you know I have to bring in the classroom management component. So I will be giving you a tip for each about how to make the activity go off without a hitch. Let's get into it. So the first activity idea is to do outdoor adventures. And this can include scavenger hunts, like looking for certain types of insects or leaves. It can include nature walks or even outdoor games. And your outdoor games could be something as simple as Duck Duck Goose or Simon Says, where you adapt it to the outdoor setting. One year what we used to do was take the children to a local park, and we used to just walk into the park. Of course you have to get like the parent permission and all that kind of stuff, let the school know, like do all the protocols that are necessary for you to be able to do this. But it was just a fun thing that we did, and it was different. Like, yeah, we had a playground, but this one was like in a totally different environment, and it made it really fun. The children had a blast. Sometimes even some of the parents came along as well. So it was just a really fun way to get out the steam, and also to just incorporate a new setting into their day. So doing these kinds of things allows them to explore the natural environment while fostering curiosity and the love of the outdoors. The management piece for this would really center around the rules and expectations that you set. And you're also going to remind them as much as is necessary. So that's really like the piece that you need to make sure that you have down, especially if you're taking them off campus. The second idea, of course, is arts and crafts. So this could be kind of set up in a day of like stations. You're gonna have arts and crafts throughout your whole summer camp, but maybe one day you can do just a day of just arts and crafts stations. So you can have stations like painting and collage making, maybe Play-Doh sculpting, etc. Maybe on a day that you're doing some type of arts and crafts, you can introduce a new technique, like something you didn't touch on at all during the school year. So just let your imagination like go when it comes to doing anything arts and crafts related, and I'm sure that you will come up with some ideas that will really engage them. So these are just your starting points. And of course, this area promotes like fine motor skills and creativity and self-expression. As far as management is concerned for this type of activity, you really want to hone in on the procedures for each activity that you are introducing. And if you decide to do a day or week of stations, then make sure that they know exactly how to carry out the activity that is at that station. And as a sidebar, avoid glitter. Teacher, if you're a soon-to-be first-year preschool teacher, I have a challenge that is made for you. This is the first-year preschool Jumpstart challenge. And what it is, it's going to incorporate things that will help you create the classroom that you want to have for your first year. So basically what I'll do is I'll help you set up your foundational pieces so that you are not all scattered trying to think about, well, what is it that I have to do? Where do I start? I will give you all of that information, and that will help you. And by the end of the challenge, you will have your systems and you will know where to begin the systems to start, and how to create a flow to your class. So in order to be part of this challenge, you have to go ahead and click the link in the comments. So you want to make sure that you stay on top of all the updates and all the other extra information that I will be giving to you. So go ahead and join that wait list so that you can start creating the classroom you want. So the next activity idea is to include sports or Olympics related activities. And again, this can be included in a day, as a day of sports or a day of Olympics, or it could be a week, whatever you want. So basically you're including things like relay races and maybe even some obstacle courses or something like that. Basically things that will encourage teamwork and sportsmanship and promote coordination and social skills. So again, let your mind just go there and brainstorm different ideas and different stations or different activities that you can include in your sports or Olympics style games that you are going to be bringing into the classroom or outside the classroom. As for the management of this activity, I would make sure that I am asking parents for volunteers. And then what they can do is, if you're having stations, they can mind the stations, each parent at each station along with you, and then maybe if you have an assistant also in the class, you can also include them in that as well. So basically the more eyes on the stations and the events, the better. Kind of like an all hands on deck kind of thing, just to make sure that all your things are covered, all your stations, all your events are covered. The fourth activity idea is cooking and or baking. Now you're probably thinking, cooking, how are we going to cook in the classroom? How is this going to turn out? So the thing that you could do is you could bring in a toaster oven that you may have, or you can even talk to your coworkers and ask them if they have a toaster oven that they can bring in that you can use. And a lot of the things that can be included in this type of activity are things that do not need to be cooked, but more like assembled. So these are basically just simple and safe cooking activities. So this can be something where they make their own snacks for the day. So they could include things like fruit kebabs or trail mix, maybe even homemade pizza. So if you make the homemade pizza, it could be something as simple as, having English muffins cut in half, and then you have your sauce. They can dip out the sauce, put the cheese on top. If you're offering any kind of like pepperoni, they can put like a couple pieces of pepperoni on there, and then you would, label their little parchment paper with their name so that you know that they made that one, and then you just throw it in the toaster oven and let it cook, and then that can be like part of their lunch, or could be their lunch for the day. So this is basically where you're just introducing cooking skills and also fostering independence. So again, a note about the toaster ovens. So when you do have toaster ovens, you don't necessarily have to put them in your classroom. This could be something where you keep them in the teacher's lounge or the common kitchen area. If you do have toaster oven in your classroom, make sure that you are going over the rules, make sure that it's out of the way so that the child can't touch it. So your management would be like safety rules. So that includes like any type of like utensils, like your plastic utensils that you're using. Again, the toaster oven, or if you're doing something like a fruit kebab, what are you putting the fruit kebabs? Are they going to be on the skewers? Or are they going to be on toothpicks? Depending on whatever it is you choose, you want to make sure that you go over the safety measures for that. Again, this is something that you can think about so many different things. It could be a fruit salad, it could be a regular salad, it could be so many different things that do not necessarily involve cooking with heat, but just basically maybe cutting with your plastic knives, and even like just assembling products, to different items together to create the snack. or the lunch. And the next activity idea is to include water play. And this could be so many different things also. You can include water tables, you can do sprinklers, add in some water toys and some sensory materials. You can even include things like science experiments, like sink and float. Maybe you want to even have like maybe a water relay of some type where the children are taking water from one container and dumping it into or transferring it to another container. Activities like this would promote sensory development, motor skills, and social interaction. And as far as the management is concerned, you want to make sure that you are including any type of safety rules and your expectations. And you also want to include procedures, especially if you are having relays or anything like that. You definitely want to include a step-by-step of how to go from A to B with them. So as I stated at the beginning of the video, I do have a list of 10 more camp ideas that could really engage your students over the summer. So that is in the description of this video. So go ahead and click that and make a copy and have some more ideas that you can use. Alright, so those were some great ideas to get you started. Use them as a springboard to even more ideas. So I encourage you to brainstorm and pull out more activity ideas that you can use in your summer camp. So that will do it for this week. Don't forget to join the first year Preschool Teacher Jumpstart Challenge waitlist, which is in the comments as well as in the description. And grab that list of 10 more activity ideas that you can do over the summer. And again, both of those links are in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye.